Hello again, welcome back to Becoming Catholic. My name is Nate, and I just want to thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are a subscriber, for subscribing to this channel. It really was such an encouragement to see the amount of people who subscribed in such a short period of time. So I feel incredibly blessed that you enjoyed the last video and you were encouraged by it, or it helped you process a position that you're in that's maybe similar to mine. So thank you for showing all of your support. If you're new here, welcome. I have posted a pretty short video just kind of introducing what this channel is about, and then there's also a really long video kind of explaining my journey thus far, what's brought me to the point that I'm at. So feel free to click on those. But this video is an interesting one because, as you may know, I'm intellectually convinced of the Catholic faith, but I have not really received that much spiritual or supernatural, Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, conviction, or not even conviction, just much of anything related to the Catholic faith. But this story is one of those types of experiences, so I'm excited to share it with you. This is my strange, my weird, my wild experience with Mary. So I recently ordered, I say recently, the story I'm going to tell you is from early December 2022. So in this time frame, early December, may have even been the very end of November when this really starts, but whatever the time frame, late November, early December, I decided that I wanted to make my own rosary. And when I start that project, I will share it here. I'll actually go through the steps on how to make it. It'll be like an arts and crafts DIY how-to video, just because I'm kind of a creative guy and I like to do that sort of stuff. So look out for that video when it comes. But I was ordering some of the stuff that I needed to make this rosary. And so one of the things I ordered was a crucifix, just a small crucifix to go on it. I actually ordered two because I'm going to make one for my wife as well. And I ordered it on Etsy, and when the delivery came in, not only were there two crucifixes, but there was this Mary prayer card and little medal. So I don't know if you are able to see it, but this is an act of consecration to Our Lady of the Miraculous medal. So I received this with the crucifix. I didn't order this medal. It was just sent to me. And I pray to Mary. I pray to the saints. I'm not uncomfortable with it. I believe in the Marian dogmas, all four of them. So it's not that Mary was like an uncomfortable thing. I say the Hail Mary on a pretty regular basis in my devotional time. But I was sort of staying away from the extra stuff. You know, I was gonna make a rosary, but I wasn't ready to pray the rosary. And I was interested in that 33-day consecration to Mary, and the other consecration to Mary that Matt Fradd and Father Gregory Pine came out with, where they used Thomas Aquinas' words. I was interested in doing those things, but it just felt like a not right now sort of thing. And then I received this card, an act of consecration to Our Lady. And so I said, you know what? I'm just gonna give it a shot. And so I don't know if it was December 6th or December 7th, but I read it, and I'll read it to you now. This is what I prayed. I didn't just read it, I prayed it. O Virgin Mother of God, Mary Immaculate, we dedicate and consecrate ourselves to you under the title of Our Lady of the Miraculous Medal. May this medal be, for each one of us, a sure sign of your affection for us and a constant reminder of our duties towards you. Ever while wearing it, may we be blessed by your loving protection and preserved in the grace of your Son. O most powerful Virgin, Mother of our Savior, keep us close to you every moment of our lives. Obtain for us, your children, the grace of a happy death, so that, in union with you, we may enjoy the bliss of heaven forever. Amen. And so I prayed that prayer, and I liked it, and I felt a sense of peace come over me when I prayed it. But that was sort of it. I took that prayer card in my journal, and just in case I wanted to pray it, I never did. I never prayed it again, but I really enjoyed that. And so whether it was the next day or a few days later, It turns out it's December 8th. And if you are familiar with December 8th is, it's a feast day. And let me check here. It is the feast day of the Immaculate Conception. This is a celebration of the Immaculate Conception of Mary. I didn't know that. That's not like something that's on my calendar. So so it's a day or a couple days after I prayed that prayer. Turns out it's the day of the Immaculate Conception of Mary. And so I just drive to work because it's a work day. And as you may know, I'm a Protestant youth pastor. I work for a Protestant church. It's my only job. And so I'm driving to work, and on my way to work, I pass a very large Catholic church and Catholic school. And on the outside, facing the road, on the outside of the Catholic church, there is a decent sized statue of Mary holding the baby Jesus. And as I drove past it, I don't know why, but I kind of slowed down a little bit. I slowed down and I just felt this crazy compelling in my heart. This crazy call, this sense of, I don't know how many of you feel like you are able to hear the Spirit of God tell you to do things. Getting discipled in the Pentecostal charismatic Protestant church, I'm really familiar with that sort of thing, at least what I think it is. And one of the things that always comes with it is when I feel that God is calling me to do something, it often comes with this pit in my stomach. But there's a sense of peace over me. I get this pit in my stomach because God is asking me to do something that I'm uncomfortable with. So, for instance, one time I was in New York City with my then, I think, fiance, maybe even just girlfriend, and her sister. And she's now my wife, but then girlfriend or fiance. And the three of us are in New York City, we're in a coffee shop, and I see a homeless man outside. And the whole time I'm drinking my coffee with them, I can't focus on our conversation because I just keep feeling like I'm supposed to go pray for this homeless man. And so I wound up doing it. But when I felt that, there was just this huge sense of fear because I didn't want to do it. And the reason I say that is because I felt that exact same sense of fear, of pulling, of draw to do something that I am not comfortable with, that's something that is not normal for me, yet there's a sense of peace over me, essentially encouraging me, saying it is okay to do this uncomfortable thing. It's gonna be all right. So I drive past the church, I feel this thing, my eyes start to well up with tears. I didn't cry, but I felt touched also, you know, I just felt emotionally touched. But I didn't stop, I didn't pray in front of the statue. I just kind of went to work, and I resolved already at that moment, I'm gonna do this on my way home, most likely. Anyway, the day continues. I'm at work, I'm in my office, and I've been there for an hour, 2 hours, maybe 3. I take a short break and I hop onto Facebook. And again, it is December 8th, the day of the Immaculate Conception. And of course, of all the different Facebook groups I'm in, there's a Christian debate group, there's a few Catholic groups. All the Catholics and all the groups start posting these pictures of Mary and these quotes about Mary and these prayers to Mary. And I can't remember which one it was. I have no idea what it said, but I read it and I was twice as touched reading it as I was driving past the statue. I didn't cry, but again, my eyes were just real watery. I almost cried that time because I just felt so moved by Mary. And so the day goes by, and now it's hard for me to focus at work because all I can think about is Mary and how I have to go to this statue and go sit or stand in front of the statue and pray to Mary. And so the day goes by, I go to the Catholic church, and I drive a bright blue 2012 Nissan Leaf. Bright blue car, super noticeable, recognizable, obvious vehicle that no one in my area, no one in my town, no one in my county drives this car. I think I've seen 2 other Nissan Leafs in the area and only one this color. So it's like, it's so obviously me. And it's like 3 minutes from my work. So I drive out of the parking lot of the church I work for, and essentially 2 minutes down the road and into the parking lot of the Catholic church. And I'm just kind of driving around looking for a parking spot, because I really don't want to park in a place where my car can be seen from the road. I wasn't sure who at work would drive on that road to go home, but I didn't want anyone to pass the church and see my bright blue car and be like, hey, that's the youth pastor's car. What's he doing at that Catholic church? So I did my best to hide the car, but I'm driving around and I felt so creepy, because remember, this is also a Catholic school. This is a high school. So there's like kids being dismissed from school, and I'm driving around all creepily looking, but really I was just looking for a parking spot. And so I couldn't find a great one, but I found one that I was comfortable enough to leave my car there for a few minutes. And so I walk up to the statue. And actually I did record a video before I got out of my car, and I recorded a video as soon as I get in my car. I'm not going to share those, but I will share a video of just me walking up to the statue and what the statue looked like. So here that is. And so I walk up to this statue and I just start praying. The first thing I do is I pray to God, and I just say, God, I don't know what I'm doing. Please do not be offended by what I'm about to do. Please be honored by it. I'm just trying to figure this out. If this is wrong, if this is sin, please forgive me. Because remember, I know that I'm convinced intellectually, but I'm still a Protestant, and I still am comfortable with Protestant things. So I say that to the Lord, and then I say the Hail Mary, and I totally botch it. I like miss 2 lines, but that's okay. The Lord will honor it. It was a sincere heart. And so I say the Hail Mary, screw it up, and then I just start talking to Mary, just telling her how I feel, using my own words. And I said to her, you know, if you can hear me, please guide me to your son, and please reveal to me the truth of the Catholic Church, if it is the one true church. Please reveal these things to me if you can hear me. I can't remember if I was praying to Mary or if I was praying to God, but at one point I prayed something along the lines of, I just want to honor God by honoring the people he worked through. And intellectually, I understood the veneration of saints and the veneration of Mary, but it kind of clicked in my heart there, you know, that I am not honoring Mary. I'm not worshiping Mary. I'm worshiping God through Mary. I'm worshiping the God of the Immaculate Conception. I'm worshiping the God of the virgin birth. I'm worshiping the God of Mary. And so it just kind of clicked in my heart, and I felt comfortable and reassured that it was okay to do what I was doing. And so then I said the Hail Mary again, and this time I nailed it. I just stood there for a moment after I was done and just stared at the statue. And it wasn't night at the museum. She didn't, you know, climb down and start talking to me and be like, hey, it's me. But the statue did seem to have a life about it, a life to it. You know, maybe it was just my eyes. I have no windows in my office. There's fluorescent lights in my office, and I was staring at a computer screen the whole day. And so maybe my eyes were just kind of dizzy and playing tricks on me, but the statue just seemed to have life. It wasn't moving, but it seemed to have motion. It seemed alive, yet very still. And, you know, it wasn't like, it's just really hard to explain. I don't know, it wasn't that I saw the statue breathing. It wasn't that I saw the clothes Mary was wearing start to move, but there just seemed to be a life, a motion in this very still statue of Mary. And so that is my really strange experience. And I'll tell you what, the only time during that whole day I didn't really feel anything was for the most of my time in front of the statue. I felt something driving past the statue on my way to work. I felt something when I saw that Facebook post. And then I felt like this peace and rest in my heart when I said I want to honor God through the people that he worked through. And but then the rest of the prayer, though, I didn't really feel anything. So it's hard to say what exactly happened, but I just felt like this is really weird, really strange. I have to share it with you. So I didn't have a vision. Mary did not show up to me in a dream. Mary did not bring a statue to life and climb off the pedestal and start talking to me, but I did have a unique experience with Mary, and I'm kind of excited about it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it means, but where does it leave me? It leaves me wanting to pray to Mary more. It leaves me more comfortable praying to Mary and to the other saints. And, you know, I'm just excited. It leaves me wanting to do that 33-day consecration and the other consecration to Mary. So that's where I'm at with Mary. But thank you so much for seeing the title of this video and clicking on it. And if you made it to the end, thank you for sticking through to the end. It was a journey for me, and I really hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you learned something. If you have had any sort of experience with Mary, any personal experience, supernatural, spiritual experience, comment down below. I would love to hear about it. I'm trying to keep up on comments. I'm not great at it, but please share your story, because even if I don't get to your comment, someone else might see it and be encouraged by it. So thank you so much for joining me on this video and joining me just on this journey. Yeah, thank you. May God bless you and keep you.